Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. After the fight, box score:
2 minutes 46 seconds in round number 12.
Carl Froch, Jermain Taylor.
Stops the contest.
Wow, what a fight, huh?
Way of spectacular knockout. He is still undefeated and still the WBC super middleweight champion of the world, Carl the Cobra Froch.
Wow. They were booing Froch on the way in, and now they're cheering Froch on the way out. Welcome to the After the Fight Box Score edition of the Rope-A-Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson, and wow, what a great fight. Let's get right into it. Jermain Taylor, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Jermain Taylor came out, kept his distance, didn't just brawl, kept his hands up, even picking off some shots that were coming in. Looked good in the first round. I gave Froch the second round, just barely, but like I said, Taylor came out looking good. Third round, knocked him down, and Froch, man, he looked pretty hurt. He looked like he got stuck really good. It was, I'm a little buzzed right now and excited, so I just want to see. It was a, what was it, a right hand? Yeah, it was a right hand. Big right hand that hurt him, and I think put him on the floor. Wow, that was a crazy fight. So, okay, Taylor had him down, had control of the fight 3 rounds into it. Really had control, had a point deduction to Froch for getting knocked down, and just, looked really good. You got to feel for Taylor. At 166 is what he weighed in tonight. He's looked a lot better. He looked good in the Pavlik Taylor Part 2. He looked good in that fight. Obviously looked good at Lacey. I still thought he had, still was displaying some of the faults that he has in his game, but still looked good. And tonight, I mean, for the first chunk of really the first 5 rounds, you'd have to, not everyone, but you'd have to at least give, I would say, 4 out of the first 5 rounds to Taylor. Let me see what I had it. That's exactly what I had. On the 6th round, I even had a tie. You could give that to Froch, but I even had a tie. I had, basically it would have been a draw if it would have went to the cards for me. Supposedly they just said Taylor was up. I could see that with the knockdown. I think a 2-point advantage for Froch in that 12th round. I think that would have done enough to give him the draw. And I was saying, going into the 11th round, I was saying, hey, we need a rematch out of this anyway. But anyway, it was funny because when Froch got knocked down, his trainer was like, keep your hands up, man. Jab, because he's like, yeah, okay, no problem. And then he went out there and got, hit with some huge right hands. Here's the problem with Froch. He comes in, throws that jab, right? Then he kind of leans in and jumps in with that jab, and he gets so deep into the pocket without throwing punches. And that's what, obviously it'd be a southpaw style, so he or not southpaw, but orthodox. He came in with that, left hand, but then he kind of stay in the pocket with his hands down, not throwing punches. And Jermain Taylor giving him the 1-2, 1-2 all night. Stiff jab, great right hand, great speed, good pop. Obviously, Taylor's got power. He looked good for the first 5 rounds. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, you could slowly see Taylor, I guess you could say, wow, they're showing the Taylor knockout or knockdown, and just blood all through his mouth. And you notice how with the decision to stop the fight, he didn't say anything. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You could slowly see Taylor. They were saying that he was, starting to burn down a little bit. The energy. I think he was just being smart. He fought very smart for a good chunk of this fight. One of the better fights I've seen him fight. Fought really smart, very patient. Even when he got him hurt, he took his time. Not like the Pavlik fight where he just flip out. He looked really good. But slowly but surely, after the 6th round, you could see Froch turn the table on him. So it was really interesting. But then Taylor turned the table right on Froch and almost was not looking amateurish, but Taylor made him look kind of goofy in there. The hands down. Froch just kind of got the Roy Jones, except without the speed and the huge power. Obviously, he's got power, though. I mean, Froch, the first time he's ever been knocked down, so you got to give that to Taylor. They're talking right now. talking up, that they had a good fight. I would like to see a rematch, to be honest with you. It's worth it. Like I said, though, big up the Froch. A little tipsy. I'm having a little sippy sip. I gave him a little shout out to Froch. I'll tell you what, man. He was, I think it would have been about a draw on my card with the 10-8 round. Actually, it would have been a 10-7 because he did knock him down. So it would have at least been a draw, if not a win for Froch. At the end of the 12th round going, for the decision. But, wow, what a comeback for Froch, man. I mean, he slowly would take the fight over, but then he would, Taylor would steal right back from him. And actually, he did a great job, much like Oscar De La Hoya did throughout his career. Those last 20 seconds, 30 seconds, sometimes the last 15 seconds, Taylor would steal the round. And he was hitting on huge uppercuts, right hands, straight jabs. He was moving, had the hands up, moving backwards, kind of sideways instead of going straight back. Taylor really showed a lot of great stuff, and it shows that he's got more in the tank, but the crazy thing is, Froch won. So, like I said, I got to give a double shot, a double drink, skull, cheers, salud, however you guys say it across the world. Nottingham, England is going nuts right now. I'll tell you what, UK television stations should have picked this up. I think Frank Warren on YouTube, Frank Warren TV picked it up. But this was a great fight. And Carlos De Leon and Alan Green was on the undercard. Alan Green, pretty much, it was a technical win in the first round. You did see De Leon Jr. have a good little 10 seconds of the last 10 seconds of the first round. Sorry, I got a little buzz. He looked like boom, boom. He got a couple shots in, so I was like, okay, Green's gonna have a little fight. But then all of a sudden, boom. I believe it was a left. Let me see. I wrote notes. Yeah, lead right hand with a left hook to knock him down the first time, and then 3 more knockouts. He was done. So overall, a good night of fighting, and I'm looking forward to the Penelosa versus Lopez. So anyway, this was the box score edition of the Rope and Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.